What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. As you know, every Tuesday I bring you guys a new video showing you some of the cool stuff that I sold on eBay, stuff that you can be on the lookout for at thrift stores and garage sales. And honestly, every week I try and come up with some creative introduction, something funny or some kind of cool visual effect. But honestly, that's pretty hard to come up with every week. I mean, it's pretty stressful. I can't always think of things, and honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing. Sold a sweetgrass basket, and I've mentioned these before. They make them down in Charleston, South Carolina, down at the market, and they're pretty expensive down there. Picked this one up from Goodwill, paid $6 for it, and I've never seen one like this shape. Usually they're like almost like flat and round, but I paid $6 for it, and it sold for $65. Kind of advertised it as a waste basket trash can. Guess it could also be a planter too. So I need some help from you guys. I do not understand the fascination with these Salad Master manual food processors. You basically take one of these cones, put it in here, and you have to manually turn the handle to chop up your food. For the same price, you could get a decent electric one. I don't understand it, but leave me a comment down below and maybe you can explain it to me. But I paid $3 for this Salad Master chopper. It is missing the finger guard, but it does have all 5 cones, and it sold for $69. So I sold a vintage Washington Redskins jacket. I've had this thing for like 2 or 3 years, but it finally sold. Paid $5 for it at a garage sale, and it sold for 70 bucks. It's actually going global shipping program to Australia. Buyers only like 105 bucks. But I guess I should probably show it to you. Check it out, vintage Washington Redskins leather jacket made by G3. I mean, it's a cool jacket. I really don't understand why I've had it for like 3 years. Oh, and don't forget, there's my model. It's Baldy Pal.
What's up?
Go check him out. Check out his channel. We're on the way to FlipCon. Gonna have a lot of fun. He just came to help me do some shipping. But how cool is that jacket though? Seriously. I probably should have got a lot more for it. You guys already know ping equals cha-ching. This is a Ping G10 3-wood. Really good condition, not hardly a mark on it at all. Paid about $7 for it, got it in a bundle of clubs, and it sold for $74.50 in about a day. I almost kept it, but I don't hit the ball good enough to spend that much or lose that much on one. You guys may remember in my last video, I picked up some Harry Potter Legos that were new and sealed from the Salvation Army. Paid $50 for those. Well, those haven't sold yet, but these have. Actually went back to that Salvation Army a couple of days later. They had these in the case. Paid $50 for this set. It's Gringotts Bank from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Once again, paid $50 for these. They are new and sealed. It's a discontinued set, and they sold for 150 bucks in a couple of days.
Well, there's your money, Harry. Gringotts, the Wizard Bank. Take no safer place, not one, except perhaps Hogwarts.
I've come to the conclusion that if you find an electronic device that you put your feet on and it moves them around, it's worth decent money. You guys may remember the Chi machine that I sold last week. Those things can go for some big bucks. And I just sold this leg exerciser. You basically put your feet on each one of these pads. They move back and forth. Not real fast either. I don't know the purpose of it. It says leg exerciser. I guess it gets your legs moving. Not real sure, but I paid $3 for it from a church sale, and it sold for 110.
And you set your feet on top while you're doing whatever you're doing while you're sitting. Maybe you're temporarily sedentary, or maybe you just have a sedentary lifestyle, but this allows your feet and leg muscles to be engaged and to move.
So I sold some floor mats. These are floor mats for the Infiniti QX60. It's like I believe it's like an SUV. And I'm actually missing the third row. It's got the first and second row, missing the third row. These things are, I'm pretty sure they're brand new. They've never been used. Don't have a speck of dirt on them. And incidentally, if you're looking at carports, they're always going to have a number somewhere. These have a number here on the back. You probably can't see it there, but there's always a number somewhere that you can use to look up what it's for, where it's from, and you can use that on eBay to see how much it's worth. But I paid $5 for this set of floor mats. Like I said, missing the third row, still sold for $129. Couple of really cool t-shirts going out. This is a vintage Minnesota State Lottery t-shirt. It's like this crazy all over print. It's got a, I guess it's a loon, maybe a duck, not real sure. I paid $1.50 for it. It sold for $20. This one's really cool. Made by the Mountain. Mountain stuff sells really quick, but it doesn't to sell for a whole lot of money. Paid $1.50 for it. It's got this giant squirrel on it. Looks very real. Really cool shirt. Paid $1.50 for it. A viewer reached out, offered me $14.50, decided to take it. Thanks, Chris, for your support. Also, did you guys know that like when squirrels put their nuts in a tree, and for safekeeping they actually put one squirrel in charge of all the nuts? Yeah, he's called the branch manager. A couple of hats going out. This is a vintage 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hat, and I've had this thing forever. I actually had like 20 something watchers on it, and it finally sold for $19.95. It's a kid's hat, so I think that's why it took so long to sell. This is a vintage Caterpillar made in the USA patch hat. It's not one of the most desirable ones. There are some that can go for some really good money, but I paid $1 for it and it sold for $25. Pretty cool shirt here. This is a Team Suzuki like motorcycle racing pit crew shirt. It's a nice button-up shirt. Paid $2 for it from the thrift store, and it sold in about 2 days for $29 on eBay. Tommy Armour Silver Sky 855S. These things, I swear they made like millions of these sets because they are everywhere. And that being said, that means they sell really slow, but they do eventually sell. So if you can get them cheap enough and you got room to store them, I would say pick them up. If not, just walk right by. They don't sell for a whole lot. Paid $10 for this set. It's a broken set, which means I'm missing the 4 and the 8 iron, and it still sold for $81. 10 into 81, not too bad. I've had them for about 6 months. Picked up a set of Ping i3 blades from a garage sale. Unfortunately, it was a mixed set. Like not all of them were blades, some of them were oversized, and some of the clubs were missing. I only paid about $1 a piece, so I decided to split them up, and the 8 iron just sold for $34.50. I've got a stack of these lens filter kits. It's the Koken Creative Filter System. You put them over your camera lens and it gives you different effects. Found them in a bag of stuff at Goodwill. Paid $2.99 for the bag. I've already sold a lens out of there for 40 bucks, and these just sold for $42.50. Sold a Mickey Mouse watch, and it's actually from 1994, made by Seiko. It's brand new in the package. Goodwill wanted $8 for it. I couldn't find any comps for it. I figured I'd take a chance. I mean, a vintage watch, Mickey Mouse, got to be worth something, right? Well, I've had it listed for over a year for like $65. Finally got an offer of $40. Decided to take it to let it go. 8 into 40, decent profit, just not what I was hoping for. This is a paper insert that would come inside of a board game when you bought it back in the 50s, I believe. Paid nothing for this, basically. Bought a big lot of ephemera from a guy at a garage sale, and it sold for 20 bucks. It's really cool, actually. It's got Monopoly in there and Sorry and different board games that I've never heard of. But yeah, basically nothing into 20 bucks for a piece of paper. So here's a tip. Don't always just walk by kids' golf clubs. They can actually be worth just as much as an adult golf club, and sometimes they actually sell quicker because there's less of them. Paid $1.99 for this Olimar ATS Kids driver. My daughter actually found it at a Goodwill, and it sold for $29.50 in a couple of weeks. So I feel like this is a Bolo, something you should be on the lookout for. I've sold this stuff several times. It's 3M transparency film for laserjet printers. It's basically clear film that you can print on and then use on like a overhead projector. Paid $1 for this box of 50 sheets, and it sold for $20. Last one I sold, I've had 2 boxes, and it sold for like $45, and they all sold pretty quick. This is probably not such a great buy. Paid $5 for this Rival Canomatic combination electric can opener and knife sharpener. Got it from a garage sale. I actually looked up comps while I was there. Looked like they were selling for 60 or 70 bucks. But unfortunately, I've had this thing for quite some time. Sent out offers, lowered the price, and it finally sold for $40.